All right, folks, in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I've got a circle here with a center at -3 and -8. It has a radius of 17, and we're going to identify all 16 of the main points of this circle on the coordinate plane, okay? Just so you know, basically what I do is I usually identify north, south, east, and west first. Then I go, then what I'll do is maybe I'll just go I'll start here and I'll go counterclockwise and do each of the points as we go around, okay? All right, so I want north, south, east, west. Let's start over here at east. This point right here is -3 and -8. To go to this point, I'm going a radius of 17 all the way over here. I'm increasing the x-coordinate by 17. So -3 plus 17 is 14. So I know that this point over here is the point 14 and -8. If I go over this direction to the left, I know I'm subtracting from the x. The x-coordinate is decreasing by 17 because the distance from here to here is 17. That's the radius. So -3 minus 17 is -20. So I know that that point is -20 and -8. You might ask, why did the y-coordinate not change? Because this point is not higher nor is it lower than this point. It's on the same horizontal or the same vertical level as the center. But now when we go up to this point, the vertical is changing, but the horizontal is not changing. So the y value will change and the x value will not change. So I know that at this point up here, the x-coordinate will be -3. But the y-coordinate is going to go up by the radius. The distance from here to here is the radius. That's 17. It's going up by 17. -8 plus 17 is +9. So this is the point -3 and 9. This point down here is going to have the x-coordinate of -3, and the y-coordinate is going to decrease by the radius. It's going to decrease by 17. -8 minus 17 is -25. And so this is the point -3 and -25. So I've just knocked out 4 of the main points. Now I'm going to start up over here. I'm just going to go counterclockwise. This point right here is at a 30-degree reference angle from the center. And the radius is 17. And the long leg then is going to be 17 square root of 3 over 2. And the short leg is going to be 17 over 2. And so I know that the x-coordinate is going to increase by 17 square root of 3 over 2. So I'm going to have -3 plus 17 square root of 3 over 2, comma. The y-coordinate is -8, and it's going to increase by 17 over 2. So plus 17 over 2, and I'm done there. This point right here is at a 45-degree reference angle. And so I know that if the radius is 17, let's get rid of this, that each of the legs is equal to 17 square root of 2 over 2. 17 square root of 2 over 2. And so both the x and the y coordinates are going to increase. X is increasing, y is increasing by 17 square root of 2 over 2. So here I'm going to put -3 plus 17 square root of 2 over 2, comma, -8 plus 17 square root of 2 over 2. And there's the coordinates of that point. Now moving up here, I've got a 60-degree reference angle. And so I know that with a radius of 17, that the short leg is going to be 17 over 2, and the long leg is going to be 17 square root of 3 over 2. So I know that the x-coordinate is increasing by 17 over 2. So I'm going to put -3 plus 17 over 2, comma. And the y-coordinate is increasing, -8 plus 17 square root of 3 over 2. Right? And so I'm done with that point. Now watch this. Watch what I'm going to do now. This is really cool. I hope you think it's cool, because I'm not going to use those triangles anymore. Okay, so watch this. This point right here, I know is just like this point right here. It's at a 60-degree reference angle. It creates that tall rectangle I told you about before, right? So the x the adjustment in the x-coordinate is going to be the same, and the adjustment in the y-coordinate is going to be the same. But this time, my x-coordinate is going to the left instead of to the right. So instead of putting negative 3 plus 17 over 2, I'm going to put negative 3 minus 17 over 2. But it's the same adjustment, the same distance change, only it's to the left. Now, the y-coordinate is the same. In fact, one of the things you need to understand is that these 2 points are on the same level. They have the same y-coordinate, which is negative 8 plus 17 square root of 3 over 2. This point is going to be the same thing. It's at the same height as this point over here. It's going to have the same adjustments, 17 square root of 2 over 2, as this point. Only the x-coordinate is going to be subtracted because we moved to the left. So this point is going to be negative 3 minus 17 square root of 2 over 2. And the y-coordinate is going to be the same because we're going up from the negative 8. It'll be negative 8 plus 17 square root of 2 over 2. This point is going to be the same as this one, only the x-coordinate is going to be subtracted instead of added. So this one's going to be negative 3 minus 17 square root of 3 over 2, comma, negative 8. The y-coordinate is the same, though. It's at the same height, plus 17 over 2. So now this point down here is also at a 30-degree reference angle, and it's pretty much at so it's going to use the same adjustments as this 30-degree reference angle. And it's to the left, so it's going to have the same x value, but it's down instead of up, so the y shift, instead of being plus 17 over 2, is going to be minus 17 over 2. So this point is going to be just like this one. It's going to be negative 3 minus 17 square root of 3 over 2, comma, negative 8 minus 17 over 2. This point is at a 45-degree reference angle, so it's going to have the same coordinates as this one, only it's going down instead of up, and so it's going to be negative 8 minus 17 square root of 2 over 2, but it'll have the same x-coordinate. So negative 3 minus 17 square root of 2 over 2, comma, negative 8 minus, this time, 17 square root of 2 over 2. This point is at a 60-degree reference angle, so it's just like this one right here, only it's down. It's not at negative 8 plus, it's going to be negative 8 minus because it's below the center of the circle. But it's going to have the same x-coordinate because it's to the left, just like this one is. So this one is going to be negative 3 minus 17 over 2, comma, negative 8 minus 17 square root of 3 over 2. Now we only have 3 left, right here. This point is at a 60-degree reference angle, so it's just like the one we just did, only instead, this point is to the right of the center, so the x-coordinate is going to be added instead of subtracted. So instead of negative 3 minus, it'll be negative 3 plus. So this one's going to be negative 3 plus 17 over 2. What is that? Is that a, what did I put a, I don't know. It looks like 21. I must have been writing really fast. So negative 3 plus 17 over 2. Oh, it's a comma. That's what it was. It was comma, sorry. Comma. The y-coordinate is below the center, so it's going to be subtracted again, just like this one is. So it's going to be negative 8 minus 17 square root of 3 over 2. Right? This one is at a 45-degree reference angle. And therefore, so it's going to be just like this one over here, but the x-coordinate is going to be added instead of subtracted because it's to the right of the center. So it's going to be negative 3 plus 17 square root of 2 over 2, comma, negative 8 minus 17 square root of 2 over 2. And lastly, this point, this is at a 30-degree reference angle. It's just like this one up here, except that the y-coordinate is down instead of up. So that means the y-coordinate is going to be subtracted. So this one is going to be just like this, negative 3 plus 17 square root of 3 over 2, comma, negative 8 minus, instead of plus, 17 over 2. And what I've just done is I have identified all 16 main points on a circle that has a center of negative 3, negative 8, and a radius of 17. Okay? You do not have to do it on a circle. If you want to just make a list of all the points, okay, what you can do is, to be honest with you, to help you understand, this point, actually, you know what? Maybe you should put it on a circle. I think you would understand it better if you put it on a circle. But however you want to write them down, you can write them down. I'll probably, on the answer key, I'll probably put them on a circle so that you can better understand them. But this is all I have for you today. I know you're thinking this is all you have for us today. Yes, this is what I have. If you can do this, you are developing a very wonderful strength in understanding analytic geometry, pre-calculus, and eventually trigonometry. Okay? All right, well, have a great day, and I hope you do well. Check your work, and I'll see you next time.